News regarding Anne Heche's tragic death stunned the world last week. The Hollywood actress was involved in a serious car crash in Los Angeles. The mainstream media reported that she suffered a serious brain injury and slipped into a coma. It was quickly announced that she was not expected to survive, and her family were exploring the possibility of organ donation, as had been her wish throughout her life. Days later, doctors announced Heche had suffered brain death, and on Friday, the 53-year-old was declared dead under California law. The actress was kept on life support in order to keep her organs healthy during the search for potential recipients of her organs. And after recipients were found on August the 15th, her life support was turned off. But that's not the whole story. Far from it. Anne Heche was nearing completion on a new film that's too close for home for the powers that be in Hollywood. A film about child sex trafficking. She received numerous warnings telling her to stop working on the film, but she paid no heed. During her life, Anne Heche was always known for her courageousness, and she vowed to see the film through to its completion. But before we discuss the project Anne Heche was working on at the time of her death, we need to discuss the way she died, because there's more than a few things that are off with this death. Celebrity deaths are often bizarre, but Anne Heche's death is one for the ages. First of all, let's take a look at the video played by the mainstream outlets on the day of the crash. The media announced Heche was brain dead, but inconvenient facts started leaking out. First of all, Heche was fighting for her life, attempting to get out of the body bag. Secondly, Anne Heche was talking to firefighters while she was being rescued. It hardly needs spelling out, but brain-dead people don't talk. And judging by the way the firefighters were acting, many people don't believe they were firefighters at all. Pay attention to this video. Anne Heche was covered up completely as if dead. She was carried out by firefighters to one of their vehicles, not by paramedics to an ambulance.
The activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh, he's completely alive. He was trying to get away. I don't know, that was really, really strange. And that's what we love about breaking news here in Los Angeles, is right when you think you've seen it all, something else happens. So there you go, you guys saw it live. Kind of hope we had a better shot. I'm sure they're gonna sedate that victim. That was crazy. Now the next question is, yeah, he tried to get out.
Tragic, horrifying, and strange. And there are so many questions that demand answers. The first two questions are legitimate inquiries. Why was she placed in a body bag while still alive? And why was she pushed down and restrained as soon as she tried to sit up? But whether or not you think this was the correct protocol for dealing with a supposedly brain-dead Burns victim, let's review the fates of a few other individuals who came out against child trafficking and elite paedophilia. Hollywood actor Isaac Cappy, who became well known for speaking out against Hollywood paedophilia and satanic ritual abuse, was found dead in Arizona at the age of 42. Before his death, Cappy leveled explosive allegations against Hollywood A-listers, including Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, and Seth Green, accusing them all of being abusive pedophiles. He also said he would never commit suicide. Paul Walker, who also died in a suspicious car accident like Anne Heche, was allegedly in receipt of information regarding elite paedophilia and was silenced by the powers that be. Chris Cornell was also found dead in suspicious circumstances, and he was also said to be working on an explosive child sex trafficking expose. As was his good friend Chester Bennington, whose death shocked the world. And Avicii, the superstar DJ, who released a disturbing music video declared commercial suicide by his label, in which he played the adult version of a child sex victim. The final scene in the video featured a politician with the word paedophile branded on his skin. What did Avicii know, and what was he in the process of revealing to the masses? He was found dead at the age of 27, so we'll never know. The list of celebrities with links to elite paedophilia who died suddenly and suspiciously goes on and on. Tragically, Anne Heche has joined their ranks, and she had one big thing in common with them. As a child, she suffered at the hands of a paedophile, and she was determined to protect children from suffering the same fate she had as a young girl. As a child, Heche was sexually abused by her paedophile father. Heche disclosed the information in her unsparingly candid 2001 memoir titled Call Me Crazy. He raped me, he fondled me, he put me on all fours and had sex with me, Heche wrote. When Heche was 13, he became one of the first people in America to die of AIDS in 1983, leaving the family destitute and homeless. Victims can go one of two ways. They either grow up to become perpetrators themselves, or they can reject the evil. Rather than let her childhood crush her spirit, Heche vowed to use her time on Earth to make it a better place for others. That's why she was determined to finish filming Girl in Room 13, the feature film that Heche hoped would red pill the masses and wake them up to the deeply disturbing reality of elite paedophilia. Mainstream outlets are reporting the film will still be released. However, close friends of Heche have revealed that she was fighting the studio to ensure they did not release a watered-down version. This is why the manner of her death is deeply suspicious. Single car accidents appear to be one of the ways troublemakers are silenced by the elite. Just like Anne Heche, journalist Michael Hastings died in 2013 after his car suddenly sped up on a straight Los Angeles street, swerved off the road and crashed into a tree, killing him in the explosion. Earlier that day, Hastings had emailed his editors warning the feds were interviewing his friends and family before typing his fateful last words. I'm onto a big story, I need to go off the radar for a bit. Circumstances around Michael Hastings' fateful car crash in 2013 are eerily similar to the CIA's instructions on orchestrating secret assassinations by hacking cars, according to the top-secret intelligence documents leaked by WikiLeaks. A vocal critic of the Obama administration's overreach in spying on American citizens, Hastings had become a thorn in the side of the CIA before his death, publishing fearless articles in mainstream publications and threatening a devastating expose on CIA Director John Brennan. Fears that the journalist was assassinated reached fever pitch when counter-terrorism expert Richard A. Clarke described the fatal crash as consistent with a car cyber attack. However, the mainstream media quickly dismissed the claim as a conspiracy theory. The idea that the CIA would have hacked into a car and used it as a murder weapon in a covert assassination of an enemy was too much for the establishment to entertain. The same is now happening to anyone who dares to question the bizarre death of Anne Heche. Mainstream media, fact-checkers and big tech are working overtime to shut down discussion, limiting our freedom of speech. But we owe it to Anne Heche to ask if she was silenced for her views. As a successful and popular Hollywood insider with a social media following of millions of people around the world, the woman who refused to be a victim was in a unique position to red pill the masses. Did Anne Heche get Princess Diana'd?